Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told how to voice the radio. So today, I've got a very, very important video I need to share with you, and frankly, this is the kind of information that if you're buying Pokemon cards, and I'm assuming the majority of you watching this video at some point will be buying Pokemon cards, you really need to know about. And the short version is, it turns out that packs of Fusion Strike can be weighed, and the weight of that pack can tell you whether you're going to get a hit, whether you're going to get a good card or not. Incidentally, right, when I say good card, I don't mean it's going to tell you whether you get an alternate art Genesect, a really good card everybody wants, or an alternate art Greedent, an amazing card that it seems like only I want. But it can tell you whether you're going to pull a full art card or good card along those lines. So, what's actually going on here? Now, I know I've had a bunch of people requesting this video for a little while, since the set came out. I've been doing a bunch of digging, I've been talking to a bunch of people, I've been doing my research. I didn't want to just do a video where I weighed a couple of packs and then just went for it. I've gone and had a bit of a gander. So, I need to give a shout out to the lovely Powder TCG and Gator UTE89 over on Twitter. So, Gator UTE89, or DJ Mine, as I'm going to call it because that's their name on Twitter, basically got in touch with me and said, it seems like 22.3 grams is a V or better, that is 22.3 grams or below, 22.4 is a hollow, and anything above is a dud. That is to say, if you get a lighter pack, 22.3 grams or lower, you are going to pull either a Pokemon V or a better card than that, your full art gold cards, things of that nature. Whereas if you have a heavier pack, you are going to get yourself maybe a holo, but you're probably just going to get yourself a non-holo rare. Now, obviously, this presents some problems, although I do think this very much needs pointing out. You can't do this with your regular kitchen scales. We are talking about the difference between 22.3 grams and 22.4 grams. You need a very accurate scale that can do tenths of a gram in order to actually work this out. Now, Powder TCG has done a similar thing, getting very similar results, and the point is that these seem to be actually properly weighable. You can put a pack on the scales and they will tell you whether they've got a good card in or not. So of course the question then becomes, well, hang on a second, Wassy, how did this happen? And to put it bluntly, it was a mistake. Something has gone wrong. Now, of course, for those of you that are unaware, although I'm sure at this point most of you do know, PTCG Live is taking over from PTCG Online. It's a new online client, and that means that we have new code cards. And nowadays, we've got white code cards that mean you don't get a hit. That's what you get in your non-holo rares. And you get black code cards, which means you've got a hit. And basically, the black code cards are lighter. And they're not, when I say they're lighter, I mean they're lighter than they should be. Now, of course, the entire point of having two different code cards, one that goes in a pack with a hit, hollow or better, and one that goes in a pack without a hit, is to make the packs unweighable. That's the entire point. You have packs that are different weights, because your hollows are a little bit heavier. So you design two different code cards, one of which is heavier, one of which is lighter, and you use them to balance the packs so that you cannot weigh them to figure out what's actually going to be in them. And something's gone wrong here, because they don't work, and I'm afraid at this stage it does have to be a mistake. Somewhere along the line, somebody got the thickness of one of these code cards wrong, and that means that they don't match up like they're supposed to. The packs with and without hits are supposed to be the same weight. The code cards are supposed to do that, and that means that they have been done wrong. One of them is just a tiny, tiny bit lighter than it is supposed to be, and that's a bit of a problem. Of course, if we go back, if you buy old cards, old packs of cards, base set, things of that nature, they were properly weighable. You can literally just buy them. Now, it depends on the set and all of that. There are all forums online that you can go and look this stuff up. But older packs you can properly weigh. Because some of them have hollows and some of them don't, and hollows are heavier, so heavier packs do. As a side note, and if you're buying old packs, I'm sure you know this already, but never, ever, ever buy an old pack that is unweighted unless you pay the light price. Because buying sealed packs, there is a price for a heavy pack and a price for a light pack. Every so often, I saw a listing a little while ago, and they were selling 10 vintage packs. 6 of them were heavy, 4 of them were unweighed. They weren't, they were light. That person was really taking the mick. That person was trying to trick other people. The rule is, and I love that the rule has adapted to this because it never used to be the case, people are now adapting to it's either heavy or it's light, i.e., if it's unweighed, you assume it's light, and if you want it to be heavy, you've got to weigh it and prove it's heavy. But that was always a thing because hollows are heavier. Now, a little while ago, we actually went to start including these code cards, and a little while later, we had 2 different versions of code cards. And for quite a while, we have been running around with 2 different versions of code cards. We've had the white code cards, which are for your hits, and your green code cards, which are for your misses, your just non-hollow rares. And that has been the case for a while. And again, the entire point of that was that your black code cards are that little bit heavier so that they offset the fact that packs without a hit will be slightly lighter. And that means that you can't weigh packs and everything's nice and easy. And what's basically happened here is because one of the code cards has been made at the wrong thickness and the wrong weight, that means that you now can weigh them again. Now, I should point out, I am satisfied that the research that I have done has essentially proven this. And again, I can't share all the research with you, I'm very sorry, but I am satisfied that this is a thing. I am not telling you it 100% definitely is. I don't have an official source that can confirm it, but there's a reason this video is happening not on release day when the rumours started circulating. There's a reason it took me a few days to get to this video because I wanted to make sure that I had the best information that I possibly could at the time. So, yeah. Does it matter? And the honest answer is the vast majority of the time, no. No, it really doesn't. You see, I have made absolutely no secret of the fact that I am a gigantic fan of free pack blisters. And I'm going to be honest with you, right? The majority of my purchases of main Pokemon sets are free set blisters. That's what I generally tend to buy. And these are fine. And I could say the same thing about one-pack blisters. I could say the same thing about Elite Trainer boxes, sealed products, unless you've had someone that's opened them and then weighed the packs and made sure they're all light and resealed it, and you can pretty much easily tell when they've been resealed. There's no way that anything's been done here. You're absolutely fine. Similarly, there are your proper reputable stores. An example would be Smith's in the UK. I'm not affiliated with or sponsored by them or anything like that. I've just had some really good experiences buying from Smith's. Smith's are a really cool store. And sure, Smiths sell individual booster packs, and sure, Smiths could weigh them, but there's absolutely no way that they would. Firstly, Smiths don't care. They're an all-purpose toy store. It is not worth their time to do so. And secondly, it would be a scandal. Smiths would take a hit. If any employee was actually found to be doing this, they would be fired instantly because it's basically stealing from customers at this stage, or at least fraud or something along those lines. My point is, you don't need to worry about shops like that. If you go to your local game store, it depends how much you trust them. Some local game stores are not trustworthy, and some local game stores have customers who are not trustworthy. Similarly, some supermarkets might have loose packs that somebody could just walk up to with a scale and weigh. Don't trust those kind of places. But most of the time, if you're buying from these chain stores, etc., you'll know whether they're reputable or not, and you're good. Honestly, the only time you really have to worry is 2 situations. The aforementioned one where you've got just a store, largely chain store, where the loose packs are out so people can just walk up and weigh them, because unfortunately people will, and I know this happens. And secondly, or used to when they could be weighed, and secondly, when you're buying from randos online. And my advice to you, and this is really the crux of the video, do not buy single packs of Fusion Strike from randos online. Just don't do it. Unless we get actual confirmation that they can't be weighed. But again, with my research, I'm pretty confident at this stage that they unfortunately can. Just don't buy online from randos. And if you do, pay an absolute bargain price. Buy a price you'll be happy paying, knowing you ain't getting a Pokemon V or better. Because unfortunately, that's likely to be the case. Now, when I say randos online, I mean places that you don't have reason to trust. There are plenty of online sellers that I absolutely would trust. Millibods Gaming is a store I have done sponsored videos with in the past, although again, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just giving you an example of a store that I like. I would buy random packs from there because I know the people that run it and I know they would never do their customers dirty like that. Some random dude on Facebook I've never met before would not buy single packs of Fusion Strike from them. Would not do it. Would not buy half a booster box from them. Sealed products, yes, you're fine everywhere. Reputable stores, you're fine with single packs. The only time you really have to worry is single packs from randoms you don't trust. Because unfortunately they could be weighed and they could all be lighter packs. It is important to note, look, let's face it, I'm aware of it, you're now aware of it, I'm not the first person that's brought up this topic. You know Pokemon are aware of it. And you know they're going to be working to fix this. I would be very, very surprised indeed if Brilliant Stars had this problem. I think it is overwhelmingly likely that there are people within the Pokemon company or people who work in the factories or whoever's job it is that are making sure that this isn't the case for the next set. I feel extremely confident that's going to happen. It's not an issue which I would imagine is going to be carrying on for a long time, but it is an issue. It's something you need to be aware of, and now hopefully you are. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know your opinion. I want to know basically anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.